Hey, I figured that since I don't feature in too many vids up to this point, I'd make a vid about myself. For those who don't know, or don't remember me from the last time the power went out, my name's Garth, and I'm proud to be a dragon. Normally, I let Mel and Romps do their thing, while I chill out in Patch's bedroom. He keeps his own hordes of stuff, so I feel right at home here. Of course, he insists on calling it a collection rather than a hoard, but I know one when I see one. Plus, he takes good care of everything, so not only do I feel at home here, but it looks pretty clean too. Anyway, while I normally keep to myself, I do sometimes come out if I feel bored or just want a change of scenery. I know that Mel and Romps are the type that always seem to be getting into shenanigans, so I typically hang out with them while I'm doing things out and about. They're also fun to listen to, even if sometimes they keep their hope levels a bit too high. You gotta admit though, there's something charming about their general optimism. They do falter sometimes, but generally they tend to be the type that act chipper in the face of adversity. As for me, my general response to an unexpected challenge is to retreat and re-strategize, repeating the process until I'm able to persevere. Lately, Tibby has been joining us as well. She used to be even more reclusive than me, blending into the background and not really knowing what she wanted to be. I'm glad to see Mel was able to inspire her to pursue her own dreams and vision of what she wants to be. Some of us enjoy general solitude, like me, but I know for other people seclusion can be a sign of something much deeper going on. Getting out of the pit of despair can be challenging, but when you have friends who inspire you, it seems to become easier to get out of your own rut. You might think that I might be driven by the same thing, but honestly, I'm doing what works for me now. Who knows what the future might bring anyway? Though, to clarify, I don't intend on changing genders anytime soon, as I'm pretty happy as a guy. There's also Stanley the Squirrel, who's more than a bit scatterbrained and annoying. I think he's smarter than he looks, and he means well, but he often gets ahead of himself and does things without proper planning. I wish that someone would be able to help him slow down his thoughts. The little guy is actually quite creative, but he often gets distracted by his own disorganized thoughts. I have a feeling that, with the right help, he might be able to be more productive with his work. Maybe he could even come up with an invention or two people can actually use. As I continue to watch him work, I grow in my respect of the little fuzzball. On another note, it's been interesting seeing Rusty adapt so well since he moved into the house. He always seems to have that smile on his face, but I'm not sure why. Maybe he finds joy in cleaning and showing the house off to people? What even is he anyway? I know he calls himself a red panda, but compare what he looks like to Mel. The face is similar, but the everything else is so different. Mel has an actual body, but Rusty's body is his face. He's like a Blemmy mixed with a red panda. What a peculiar creature among a house full of them. His love for the house makes sense though. Patch really does have a nice house. I like the fact that he continues to find new ways to display his hoard, one that I can only aspire to have. I typically just take whatever I can get my claws on, like this. Patch doesn't seem to notice most of the stuff being gone. I'm pretty sure he knows about my hoard though. This metal isn't exactly ideal, so little of it is actual gold and silver. Foxman isn't exactly made of money, you know. But I always get excited when Patch brings home jewels. So pretty, so shiny, so tasty. Ah. He has a polished amethyst crystal that he lost track of for a while, but recently seems to have found. Probably thought I ate it myself. Granted, I've fantasized about it, but I know that eventually he'd find out, so I've chosen not to. Plus, it's not like I only eat gems, so I can survive without them. would be nice for Patch to have a supply, though. Anyway, that's about all the grumblings I have to share at the moment. I bet you have things to grumble about in your own life. Feel free to let it out in the comments, though there's no guarantee I'll read them all. Then again, I might just end up doing it anyway, given how few comments we actually get. Maybe this time it'll be different, but probably not. Whatever. Have a good one, folks, and see you again when I feel like it. I've got a horde to enjoy.
Hey! Who took all the spoons?
Whoops. Looks like I may have been a little too greedy this time around.